Hi, this is George Corbin with Sustainability Consultant with Golden Leaf Development with Cherice Gibson of the Future Center Trust. She's the Executive Director and been doing some wonderful things here in Barbados regarding so we want to know more about what the Trust is up to and what kind of things you've been doing and what does it represent in terms of opportunity for sustainability.
Okay. Well, the Future Center Trust is an environmentally focused NGO. We've been in operation for quite a few years, since 1994 or so, when our founder, Colin Hudson, would have conceptualized having a display that depicts what it means to be green, so to speak, showing people the options of recycling and sustainable living. So we would have grown from that point to where we are today, being an outreach facility. And we do lots of work in schools, we work in communities, with our core network, for instance, which really focuses on teaching communities and groups how to recycle, showing them the principles and the tenets and letting them understand what it really takes to create and maintain a recycling program that is successful, because oftentimes
so it's also sustainable.
That's successful and sustainable, because oftentimes you know, these things come up as good ideas and then they die away. So we've developed a number of tools that show people how to keep it going and how to even get returns. So we even have heard from one of the churches that's involved, and they saw $1,000 coming in from just recyclables being collected over a year.
Economic benefit as well.
Yes, so there's an economic aspect as well. We also have a climate change teaching series, which teaches children about the principles of climate change using fun, lovable animal characters. You can always get children to participate once you put it in a way that they understand. And through our puppet show, our storybook, and even the animation that we've developed now, children are able to see what it means and when we say climate change, and they understand then the impacts that they're seeing. So when they see the coastline receding, they understand why. When they see erosion or they see drought, you know, in Barbados, they understand the reasons why, and then they're able to be more knowledgeable and then change their behaviors, and, you know, of course, influence mommy and daddy.
Correct. That's right. I've learned that way on my own.
Yes, definitely.
This is very true. That's right.
Another aspect of what we do is our Green Business Barbados program. That is a program which has been standards based for the last 3 years that we've operated it, and now that we've received some funding from the IADB to take that program forward, we're moving it to a certification. That would mean that we would sit in a position where we're able to say these are the standards and these are the principles which a business has to achieve in order to be certified as a green business. That's a big thing for us as a nation and even as a region, because it goes beyond just, you know, a few little initiatives that come up and peter off to a change in the operations of a company altogether, from a manufacturer all the way to an office. Understanding the importance of energy conservation, understanding the importance of water conservation, and then bigger changes to companies, which may mean retrofitting, which may mean changes of how they distribute their products and so on. Right? So there are lots of things that we try to do that are community focused, and we always like opportunities like this, where on Earth Day we've come out and are working with the community, trying to hear from them, what do you think? What's something that needs to be changed? What are the environmental issues that are of concern to you? And through initiatives like this, we are informed and then can better tailor our project offering to make sure that we are relevant to the community.
So how has been the feedback as far as over this time as you've been going out and doing things? What has been the feedback like? What have you learned?
One of the things that we definitely have learned is that the education never ends. You may think that you've gone up to 6 communities or 10 communities and they're all recycling, but there's always that one community that still needs the information. So education never ends. It's always key. Also, we're recognizing persons identifying, for instance, illegal dump sites. And when individuals point those out to us, then we can advise our colleagues in the sector, or even mobilize volunteers to try and make a difference by, you know, going and doing a cleanup of those areas. People usually give us feedback along the lines of, you're doing great stuff and here are some more ideas. And we are always open to new ideas, because it means that we are able to have a bigger reach. one of the things that's a challenge is funding, because as an NGO you always are looking for those funds to be able to push initiatives forward. But we've had lots of amazing partners in the British High Commission, the US Embassy here in Barbados, the Paloma Foundation, the Barbados Land Power Company Limited for years funded us as well. And I know I'm leaving out some, but all those supporters that have been there have made it possible for us to do what we are doing, right?
So who are some of the other collaborators? Who are some of the other?
We have a very good working relationship with the Solid Waste Management Unit. We also have recently had Scotiabank come on board in funding our efforts for a poster competition for Earth Day. We have also had support from trying to call all the names. We've also had support, I said the US Embassy, the British High Commission. We've also had support from even the schools. And the Ministry of Education has been huge in us being able to roll out our animation. And then other initiatives that we would have, they always come on board with us and partner with us in being able to distribute the materials or advise the schools on what we're doing. So there are lots of persons, individuals as well, who have been very supportive. The Peter Moore's Business Trust, and lots of other individual well-wishers and funders. You know, every little bit goes a very long way in us being able to achieve our mandate, right? So we're very appreciative to the supporters long-term and the newer persons that have come on board, because it makes a difference for us.
So in terms of areas that you focus on, I know you mentioned about recycling. I know you have some other things, the business, supporting businesses in terms of their own policies and their own ways of operation to help them become more sustainable. Are there other things? I know that you talked about some of the programs, that other aspects of how you want to go about bringing up more sustainability on the island.
Exactly. As I said, education is key. So one of the things that we have developed initially was a mural at Hastings. If you go to Hastings Boardwalk and you go behind, there's a bar called Blakey's. There's a wall where we've put up a mural which depicts the sea turtles and conserving the sea turtle environment and so on. Education through beautification projects, that's another aspect of what we're trying to do. We're looking to do a similar mural on a much grander scale here in Warrens. That will be on a big blank wall near the Baobab Pass area. We also have a Future Trees program, which we're in the process of revamping and revising. Persons can purchase a tree or a group of trees, and we then organize the plantings of these trees. The TDC has actually been very supportive of us in that venture. Being able to plant 100 and 200 trees at a given time is a huge thing for us as an organization. And in addition to those, we also have our Clean Up Barbados program. I would dare say that that's probably one of our flagship, if not our flagship program, where every third Saturday of September, we have a cleanup effort that's island-wide. So yes, we have our cleanups all year long where, you know, a group may want to clean up a beach, but for Clean Up Barbados, we may have 30 teams all over the island, all working together to clean up the island. And in the past, we've collected 3 tons of garbage in one effort, or 4 tons of garbage in one effort. We've had the Barbados Defense Force actually assist us one year and haul, you know, machine parts and cars and washing machines and so on out of a gully. Those things make a grand difference in the scheme of things. When people see, hey, look at the effort it takes to now undo what's been done.
So I got you.
You know, so those are some of the other areas that we have going. And we really continue to try to keep the programs relevant. I can't stress that enough. Core Network, for instance, we have it going in schools, a few communities, and even in a church. But we have to constantly be looking at how can we keep this program current, make sure people understand. Again, the Coca-Cola Foundation in that venture was a huge support and funder for us. So we do a lot of work, and we try really hard to make sure that we keep our message clear and keep it simple enough that people can understand.
You feel as though you're making an impact. You see that too. You feel as though you're making an impact.
Yes, I do think so. I do think so. Yes, we have goals. That there are lots of other things we'd like to do. Renewable energy, of course. We would love to be able to be more active in that area in terms of going into homes and having people green their homes even. One step at a time. We try to make sure that we do whatever we do well. But as things are, I think I can comfortably say that the community has been pleased with the work we've done, and we are extremely grateful for their support, because without the community support we can't really exist, right? What we do is dependent on persons coming on board and supporting us, and I think we're making a dent in it. We're making a small operation, but we're making a change.
Little step at a time, and in a positive direction.
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you. Is there anything else that you think that would be helpful to know in terms of for folks, Future Center, and also in general about how to best go about becoming more sustainable as a community, as an individual, and then just to see, what are the things that people should really be thinking about themselves?
Well, some of the things that we try to always say whenever we have the opportunity is encouraging persons to really take stock of the way they live. So whether it's when you go to the supermarket, you think about the amount of plastic bags you use in every trip. Instead of using the plastic bags, use some reusable bags. That would reduce the amount of plastic that we see going into our landfill and then ending up also in our waters, in our seas. Practices such as recycling and conserving your water at home. We're the 15th most water scarce country in the world, and we're so small, and it really is important for all of us to do our part to protect what water resources we do have. So there are lots of other things I could say, but we really, as an organization, just ask people to, if you don't know, if you're not sure as to what you can do in terms of changes you can make, ask. Call us, email us, and we'll do our best to get that information to you. Little things as well, like companies wanting to know what to do with their ink cartridges. Perhaps they want to know what to do with their bulbs to dispose of them properly. Wherever we can be of assistance in lending information, or even sometimes being the source to pick it up, we'll do what we can. We're here for the community, and yes, we do a lot out there, and you might see us among the government ministers, and then you see us among the children. We're here for the community at large. Okay. So
that's wonderful. Well, we'll congratulate you on your success so far.
Thank you so much.
I know that's making a big difference in terms of the issue of trying to make our whole society more mindful of being sustainable.
Thank you very much.
So it's all good. So I want to report back a wonderful time with the group today, and also to speak of the future plans we have. I know that will be wonderful in terms of the impacts you have time to be.
Let's keep in contact.
Yeah, I will do. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very good. Thank you much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure also. All right. I'll edit the rest of this out.